What's good, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy JD back in another video. But before we start this video, let's see if we get a thumbnail in. Okay. Let's see if we get a nice thumbnail.
You're not even speaking to my friends, no. You knew all my uncles and my aunts, though. 20 candles blowing out and open your eyes. We were looking forward to the rest of our lives.
Guys, so thank you guys for helping me once again get these 300 subscribers. Next up is 500 subscribers, and actually one of my loyal subscribers was asking me, hey man, how can I be a perfect student in nursing school? And I will be real with you guys, it's not possible to be a perfect student. But you know, say for me, for example, you know, not to get into too much details into my outside life outside of school, right? So right now, started school last week, right? And honestly, I have not been studying nothing. It's, you know, I'm trying to, there's something outside of school I'm still trying to, you know, figure out, if that makes sense. So, you know, and it's not my fault basically, right? So this thing outside of school is like automatic, you know, and I basically have no control of my response to it, if that makes sense. You know, if that makes sense, take it. If it don't, you know, just go ahead and drop it. But in general, there's no such thing as a perfect student, because believe it or not, there's a lot of students, like you could be in the master's program, bachelor's program, whichever program, there's a lot of students that do study the last minute, and that is because that works for them, right? So there's a student in my class, she actually a good friend of mine's, and every time she actually study 1 or 2 days before the exams, and she gets very good grades, you know. So shout out to her, she always get very good grades. So, you know, guys, there's no such thing as a good student, but what you need to do is put yourself in a position to win and get to know yourself a little bit. So if you know, like, okay, you know, you're a slow learner, start studying as soon as possible. My recommendation is most definitely after class. So as soon as class is over, I definitely recommend reviewing the material, so that way the material is still fresh in your mind, you know. So yeah, you could study after class. You could also redo the notes that you take after class, because if there's one thing that I learned, or one thing they taught me, is that the more you write it down, the more you remember it. Tips into some things you guys could do, you know, like, you know, I'm sorry, like, none of us is perfect. Even nursing school students, like, okay, I'm being real with you. You wanna hear the truth? The percentage of students is like, you know, like this, studying 24/7, which is not possible, by the way. You cannot study 24/7 because your brain gonna get fried. You need to sleep, you need to eat, and you need to, you know, do whatever else. So, you know, don't, you know, just try to minimize the stress just a little bit. You know, I know you trying your best to be perfect, like, you know, we all want to be perfect, but in reality, that is not possible to be perfect. So I hope you guys take these couple of tips, you know, apply it, and try to put yourself in a position to win, like I just told you guys, because that's what it's all about, you know. Like, okay, you know, you could study all day, but at the same time, you know, you basically still, you're not putting yourself in a position to win, because, you know, you got to give yourself time to replenish. You know what I'm saying? So the brain is just like a machine, you know. You work it, but at some point you're gonna take a nice break, you know. So that's why I think one of my clinical instructors, they actually recommend that you take one day, I think 1 day a month, to yourself, right? So 1 day a month, you don't study, you don't do none of that. I know it sounds scary, but it's possible, and actually it's gonna help you become a better student. Like, okay, after that 1 day that you didn't study, you only focus on yourself, you're gonna come back refreshed, rejuvenated, like, okay, I'm back again. Oh yeah, I'm happy to be in nursing school again, you know. So yeah, unfortunately for me, I take more than 1 day a month. I actually take a week, 2 weeks. But yeah, that's not the point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to reach 500 subscribers. Okay, the month is over, so kind of too late to reach 500 subscribers this month. So our goal next month is to reach 500 subscribers. Make sure you like my video, comment, subscribe, and holla at your boy.